Other English classes just had a hard time, and it's because these names they're pretty uncommon. They're unique. So repeat after me: Titania, Titania, Oberon, Oberon, Titania, Oberon. All right, good.
Wait, so isn't the fairy loyal to the queen fairy?
Yeah.
We don't have a name.
Ooh, that's very good. Where it says a fairy loyal to the queen, it is fairy. That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yes, it's just very good.
So there's a fairy named Fairy.
Just fairy.
For the last two, do I put originally who they love or what happened? And who they
For the last two,
Yeah, and who they love now, or just put
the on the back side.
no on each side. Do I put who they originally love or who like for these two? A young woman in love with Do I put originally who it is or what ends up happening?
No, in this scene, Act 2, Scene 1. Yeah.
Mr. Cruz, for number one, can we technically put Robin slash the scene up with a fight between Robin slash Puck and Terry?
No, we haven't got to that part yet. So they're just they're kind of introducing themselves to each other because Robin and Fairy don't know each other. But yeah, they're kind of just conversing, and then they're introducing who they are, what they're doing, and then they're setting up the conflict that we're going to read about. So what you said here, right? It says they're having a party, and the queen doesn't come anywhere near King Oberon because he's angry. So they're saying, hey, we need to separate the king and queen. They're mad at each other, and they're going to tell us why. Yes.
Okay, can we answer number 2 from this part?
I
mean, or number
you
one.
we'll have to read just a little bit more to get the full scope.
Okay.
Yes, they explain why, and I do want to clarify what's going on. So let's read from here again.
He's furious because she stole an adorable boy from an Indian king. She's never kidnapped such a darling human child before, and Oberon is jealous. He wants the child for himself to accompany him, but on his wanderings through the wild forest. But the queen refuses to hand the boy over to Oberon. Instead, she puts flowers in the boy's hair and makes a fuss over him.
Go ahead and pause there. What's that vocabulary word that we learned about? Changeling, right? So that's what's going on here. We're going to read a little bit more to get more context, but just know that Titania kidnapped a human boy, and Oberon is upset because he wants the boy. They want the boy for two different reasons. They're both kind of selfish if you think about it, but they're justifying them by their motives. So we'll get into that next. Aaron's going to continue reading for us.
And now Oberon and Titania refuse to speak to each other or meet each other anywhere, neither in the forest nor in the plain, nor by the river nor under the stars. They always argue, and the little fairies get so frightened that they hide in acorn cups and won't come out.
Good.
But
Fairy?
I have a question.
Yes.
So Oberon wants the boy to himself, and then Titania also wants him to herself?
Yes.
So, okay.
Well, we haven't read that part.
Why do they want the other than like?
Well, we haven't read that part yet. We'll get into it. All right, at the top, Fairy.
Unless I'm mistaken, you're that mischievous and naughty spirit named Robin Goodfellow. Aren't you the one who goes around scaring the maidens in the village, stealing the cream from the top of the milk, screwing up the flour mills, and frustrating housewives by keeping their milk from turning into butter? Aren't you the one who keeps beer from foaming up as it should, and causes people to get lost at night? Well, you laugh at them. Some people call you hobgoblin
Good.
and sweet puck, and you're nice to them. You do their work for them and give them good luck. That's you, right?
So it adds some character description to Robin or Puck, right? He's more of that mischievous kind of, how we would say in slang, troll, like your friend that's always trolling or rage baiting. And then let's see what Robin says in response. Go ahead.
What you say is true. That's me you're talking about, the playful wanderer of the night. I tell jokes to Oberon and make him smile. I'll trick a fat, well-fed horse into thinking that I'm a young female horse.
Keep reading.
Sometimes I hide at the bottom of an old woman's drink disguised as an apple. When she takes a sip, I bob up against her lips and make her spill the drink all over her withered old neck. Sometimes a wise old woman with a sad story to tell tries to sit down on me, thinking I'm a three-legged stool. But I slip from underneath her and she falls down, crying, "Ow, my butt," and starts coughing. And then everyone laughs and has fun. But step aside, fairy. Here comes Oberon.
So remember, they wanted to keep Oberon and Titania away from each other, and then Fairy responds.
And here's my mistress, Titania. I wish he'd go away.
So now they both enter the scene, right? Narrator?
Oberon, the fairy king, and his followers enter. On the opposite side of the stage, Titania, the fairy queen, and her followers enter.
So Oberon and Titania, I need you guys to read it with kind of like a passive-aggressive tone. Kind of like you're upset and, you know, you want to add that intensity to the scene. Go ahead, Oberon.
How not nice to see you, Titania.
Perfect.
What? Are you jealous, Oberon? Fairies, let's get out of here. I've sworn I'll never talk to him again.
Just
Sleep more time.
All right, go ahead, Oberon.
wait just a minute, you brazen. Aren't you supposed to obey me, your lord and husband?
If you're my lord and husband, I must be your lady and wife, and so you're supposed to be faithful to me. But I know for a fact when you snuck away from fairyland disguised as a shepherd and spent all day playing straw pipes and singing love poems to your new girlfriend.
I knew you was a cheater, bro. I knew you was a cheater.
The only reason you left India was to come here and see the bunch Amazon Hippolyta. She was your root-wearing mistress and your warrior lover. And now that she's getting married to Theseus, you've come to celebrate their marriage.
So go ahead and stop there, right?
Wow.
So
Wait.
there's a lot, right?
Is Hippolytus still messing with
All right, let me clarify. All right, flat tire. Let me clarify. So, one, the main feud is about the changeling, okay? We still don't know why they want the boy. They're gonna get into that. But just like any traditional argument between a significant other, you know, it starts with one thing and then you start bringing up old stuff. So then they're mad at each other and then Titania's like, well, you over here were being cheating and you have a crush on Hippolyta, yeah. And then Oberon's going to respond. So remember, these are fairies. And they really interact with the humans, okay?
They're the huge.
Yeah, so they're gonna be a little bigger. Sorry, I had a question.
For the jealous thing, is that him being jealous that his wife is getting married?
So there is a question based on that, right?
Yes.
So we can answer those questions. Opening conflict. Number one, the scene opens with the fight between Oberon and Titania. Good. So the scene opens with the fight between Oberon and Titania. And then the second part says they're arguing because Oberon is angry that Titania will not give him the changeling, child boy. And then we don't know that second part, which we are going to read literally next. Yes.
Wait, did you take Theseus too?
Is a child that gets stolen called a changeling or the action called when they get married?
So it's the child that's stolen by fairies. They become a changeling. But someone who's just like kidnapped in real life, we wouldn't say changeling. It's like a Shakespearean term. Give me 1 second, guys.
Who's a mischievous fairy?
Thank you.
Cheaters, man. Be careful.
Who else had a question? Let's go with Teddy.
For the part where characters in the scene, is a young woman in love with Demetrius Helena?
It is, yeah.
And then the next one is a young man loved by Helena Demetrius?
Yes. Good job. Yes.
Wait, I just noticed, so Titania said that Oberon came from India. Why was he in India? I mean, like, that's very strange to me because it says that Titania got the kid from India. So
Yes.
what's going on?
So remember, they're they're like a couple.
Yeah.
So, Titania went to India for a specific reason, and she took the boy from India for a specific reason.
That boy is Oberon.
So there's a reason why they want the boy, and that's why I said we can kind of view it as selfish. All right, guys, let's raise our hands, please. Yes, Alani.
Is Oberon, or not Oberon, is the changeling called changeling because we change it to human and fairy, or no?
No, so a changeling is a human child that's kidnapped by the fairies.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're gonna continue reading, except now I want to read from the original text. So Oberon responds to Titania bringing up old stuff, right?
Is that AE?
Yes.
It says,
Yeah.
it says why Oberon wants the child though. At the top it said why he wants the child. That, like, all
Oh,
of the time-
you're right. Yeah, he
So
does.
accompany him on his, like,
So Oberon wants the child to be a part of his like squad, his group, his posse, his gang. He just wants to recruit him.
Oh.
But Titania will respond to why she doesn't want to give up the boy, okay? So, Oberon, go ahead and respond. The original text. Alright, flat tire. Yes, Shakespeare was wild and I 100% agree. Whoa! Go ahead. Alright, flat tire.
Alright, be quiet.
Let's go.
How canst thou thus for shame, Titania? Glance at my credit with another one. Titania, knowing I know thy love to Theseus, glance at my credit with Hippolyta. Didst thou not lead him through the glimmering night from Paragona, whom he ravished, and make him with fair
Is this for you?
Aeglis break his faith when Ariadne and
That was a little confusing. So now I want us to read the modern translation. Yeah. Which will give you the full effect of what's going on. Alright, flat tire. Oberon. Read from the modern translation. Go ahead.
How can you stand there shamelessly talking about me and Hippolyta when you know that I know about your love for Theseus? Weren't you the one who made him in a bed? Who made dessert. Who made a dessert, Paragona, in the middle of the night, right after he'd raped her. And weren't you the one who made him cheat on all of his other girlfriends? The Aeglis, Arid, and so on.
Okay, so let's go ahead and stop there. We can answer that second part of the opening conflict now. So it says, Titania accuses Oberon of being jealous because of Theseus. Yeah. So Titania is accusing Oberon. Remember she said, oh, you were jealous. So yeah, Theseus. So the front page should pretty much be filled out except that last section of fairy magic and its effects, which we're gonna get to next. We already answered that.
It takes place in a forest near
Athens. Yes.
outside the city.
So ignore that near part, that middle section.
Oh, just
Yes. Sorry.
Can we see what Hippolyta looks like?
So when we finish, there'll be leftover. You guys, you really need to start raising your hands. When we finish, there should be time left over, and we'll watch the live theatrical YouTube clips. Okay. We're gonna continue reading. So now you guys know what's going on between the feud of Titania and Oberon. Okay. Titania has a long response, but it explains why she is holding on to the boy. Okay. Read the modern, yes.
These are nothing but jealous lies. Since the beginning of midsummer, my fairies and I haven't been able to meet anywhere to do our dances in the wind without being disturbed by you and your arguments. We haven't been able to meet on a hill or in a valley, in the forest or a meadow, by a pebbly fountain or a rushing stream, or on the beach by the ocean without you disturbing us. and because you interrupt us so that we can't dance for them. The winds have made fogs rise up out of the sea and fall down on the rivers, so that the rivers flood just to get revenge on you. So all the work that oxen and farmers have done in plowing the fields have been for nothing, because the unripe grain has rotten before it was ripe. Sheep pens are empty in the middle of the flooded fields, and the crows get fat from eating the dead bodies of infected sheep.
Go ahead and stop there, Mary. So, it's a lot, and she still responds a lot more. But what she's saying is, and this is gonna sound a little crazy, there's a reason Shakespeare's writing it this way. Their feud in the fairy world is taking an effect on the city world, like Athens, because, right, there's this magical component. So it's affecting the weather. The weather's affecting the agriculture. It's affecting like their water streams, which is affecting the livestock, like sheep. And now the sheep are getting infected and dying. And then we'll read, right, eventually it's going to cause disease, and there's an impact. It's like a chain effect, but it stems from their fairy feud. Continue reading.
All the fields where people usually play games are filled with mud, and you can't even see the elaborate mazes that people create in the grass, because no one walks in them anymore, and they've all grown over.
Good.
It's not winter here for the human mortals, so they're not protected by the holy hymns and carols that they sing in winter.
Continue reading.
So the pale, angry moon, who controls the tides, fills
Yes.
the air with diseases. As a consequence of this bad weather and these bad moods,
She
the
did.
seasons have started to change. Cold
I think
frost
so.
spreads
Yeah,
over
I don't know
the
if you're doing
land
announcements
and
or
the
something.
icy
If you're doing
nature
about 10
brings the
minutes.
town full of sweet summer flowers, as some sick joke. Spring, summer, fertile autumn, and angry winter have all changed places, and now the confused world doesn't know which is which. And this is all because of our argument. We are responsible for this.
And then Oberon responds, and then Titania gives her reasoning for the child.
Wait, so she wants that child to help, like, weather, battle?
No. So she'll explain here directly about the child, but she's saying our beef or our feud is causing a toll for the human world.
Oh.
Trying to reason with Oberon, and then let's see what Oberon
Like, is
responds.
that how strong your energy is that we can just like...
It's the magical component. Yeah. Go ahead.
Do something about it then. You have the power to fix it. Why would Tanya want to argue with her Oberon?
Yeah.
All I'm asking for is to have that little human boy as part of my crew.
So he wants to recruit the boy, and Titania says,
Get over it. I won't give up this child for all of the fairyland. His mother was one of my worshippers, and we always used to gossip together at night in India, sitting together by the ocean and watching the merchant ships sailing on the ocean. We used to laugh to see the sails filled up with the wind so that they looked like they had big, pregnant bellies, as if the wind had gotten them pregnant. She would imitate them, since she was already pregnant with a little boy, and she would go sailing over the land herself to go get me little presents and come back carrying gifts like she was a ship coming back from a voyage. But since she was a mortal, she died giving birth to that boy, and for her sake, I'm raising him and will not give him up.
so go ahead and stop there. Discuss with someone sitting next to you, a neighbor or someone in your vicinity, the difference between why Oberon wants the boy and Titania. Who's more justified here? Discuss with your neighbors. Discuss.
Fighting today.
But she just said
All right, 3, 2, 1. Thank you guys. Let's take a couple volunteers. What was your reasoning, Leroyce? What do you have for us? Sure, yeah. All right, Leroyce, go
Hey,
ahead.
never gonna finish this book.
Oberon was 100% justified, okay? If you think about it, think about it.
Sit down.
No.
Think about it. What would be better than a fairy king to teach a little child how to become crazy for, okay? Will the kid become a slave? Yes. But think about it though. Gladiators are cool slaves though, like yeah.
send this man back.
Sophia.
So I think Tanya's definitely a bigger here because like I understand where she's coming from. She just like became the mother for like because like, the mother worshipped her and stuff. So it's like her it's like the fairy's gift to her for everything that the mother did for her.
Right. Yeah, I think.
But then I would because I feel like there's a reason she doesn't want. She would probably let the little boy go to be a part of the school. But what if it's like really dangerous? Like what do they do? If she's not letting her go.
Alani, and then we'll hear from
So kind
Cameron.
of to piggyback off of what Sophia said, I feel like it would also been like the mother's wish for Titania to look over the boy, and that Oberon is not justified because his intention for the boy is like purely selfish. He wants him for his own reasons and not for his best interest.
Okay, good. Cameron?
Okay, so to piggyback on what both of them said, I feel like she would know some stuff that the others don't about how he trains his henchmen and all that, and she probably doesn't want him to go through that type of lifestyle, especially because that woman who's the mother of that child is a really close friend, and like in real life, there are godmothers who, if something happens to the parents, they will take over.
Okay,
And
good.
She
Yeah.
just wants him to be raised as a normal kid.
Good. Last volunteer, Teddy.
I think neither of them are justified because both of them want them for selfish purposes. Because Oberon wants him for his crew, and then Titania wants him to raise him, but
But it's like for her own purpose. Think about it. No, think about it. Whereas the mom never says that. And she could just leave him in India where he's supposed to be at.
All right, flat tire. I think, not to cut you off, Teddy, but I think, well, I'm gathering here, those that are justifying Titania, you're saying that she's emotionally bonded to the mom. So now that she died during childbirth, she kind of wants to take on that motherly responsibility with the boy, right? And Oberon is saying, well, I need to add more members to my crew. So here's a good opportunity. So we haven't done a Socratic seminar on this reading yet. We will next week. So keep your ideas, okay? Hold on to your ideas. We're gonna continue for time's sake. So I think we could answer nothing. Okay. We're gonna continue. So now we're gonna get into what happens after they kind of have this discussion, okay?